Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm in here to talk about the hip hop hoes, but I am going to tell y'all that I am going to redo the scandal video. I'm just going to go back and watch the latest one, no, the one before it again, because in that video I said everything I had to say, and I just tried to do another video and I just wasn't happy with it. So I'm going to go back and watch it and get that up for y'all tomorrow. A direct upload. I might even try to do it where I'm not on fucking camera, just so it don't be no issues with uploading it. So hopefully y'all will bear with me. And yes, I am still watching Scandal and we are still talking about it, so that's coming. I did the video like I said it was gonna do, and I couldn't get it to go up. So anywho, so now on to the Love and Hip Hop hoes. It was a few things that went on, but again, this was another one to me that was kind of like Atlanta. Okay, and we just gonna talk about the shit that stood out to me. I'm not gonna really go blow by blow on what happened. Okay, y'all, so we know that the shit is coming to a head with Peter Guns and his hired girlfriend on the show. And am I the only one that looks at they segment and be like, this shit is, I mean, we know this shit's scripted. Like, when his girlfriend is doing what, baby mama doing what she's doing, and even his wife or whatever, all of that shit is, it's like, oh, I'm just not into it. So basically, old dude, he's talking to, we're going to start there. Him and, what is his name? Rich Dollar is having a conversation. Y'all know he snatched your girl out of line before she could even go in there with her motherfucking ass. So he's saying that I'm going to have to say something. I really don't want old girl to be hurt. Like, that's my family. I don't want to lose them. And I'm not buying that. Even if this shit wasn't scripted, I don't give a fuck what you say. And this whole shit about creeping and creeps and this and that, no, that's some bullshit. The ride straight from hell. I'm not trying to hear that shit. You don't get no motherfucking pass. Like, that shit is not cool. So he's talking about he gonna have to talk to her. So he gives her a call and like come to the studio, and she says apparently it's unlike him to have her come to the studio. Now, with that said, she gets in there and he's like, I messed up. Like he done hit the pipe or some shit. I messed up and so and so. She's like, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean by that? And he goes on and he's like, she started out being an artist and then it turned into some more. And she's like, you know what I mean? You fucking her or whatever. So she done slapped him upside the head, yada, yada, yada. How could you do that? You ain't supposed to do it. You done broke my heart. And I'm thinking the whole time, girl, bravo. Give this bitch a motherfucking Oscar in a damn love and hip hop scene, faking the phone so her baby daddy can eat. Okay. So that conversation goes on. They have this whole scene where she's doing this shit where she's in the apartment crying and how she's there and going to the bathroom, sitting on the damn sofa, and I'm like, ugh, I can't. Like, it's too much. Mona, you tried it, honey, with this. Oh, Lord. You tried it. And I kind of wish Peter Guns would have even broke that shit down and said it. It's like now you know for sure. At first you just kind of speculating, but now it's 100. You know for sure that this shit is scripted as hell. Especially their storyline. So she's going through her shit. Okay. Now let me bounce off of that for a minute because I feel the need to go since we done talked about Rich Dollar and this and that. I want to go to old girl. Is it Nyla? I think that's her name, the one that strips with the short haircut. Now, she's at the strip club, and there's Joe Budden. Baby, I need you to have a soundbite. You just call the hotline, putting you in there drinking, smoking your hookah, and, honey, you got these chicks, bugs are blazing, honey. Miss Honey Cabbage that walked off, and he was going to have to talk with her, honey. She was giving it, girl. You better give them body. I ain't mad at none of them slithering down a pole or whatever. Do what you do, honey. So, old girl sit down and she's like, what's up, Rich? And I'm not Rich. What's up, Joe? And Joe is kind of like, what's going on? I done seen her come up. She stripped. You know what I'm saying? She's all right with me. I'm happy for her, whatever. She's saying that she met with Erica Mena. We supposed to try to do a song. Joe's like, after hearing the names of people that she's working with, let me throw the scenario with you. And threw all these names out and then added Amina, which I'm on the same page with him. I don't even know why she even, unless you wanted to bump cuckoos with her, I just don't get it. Amina, girl, oh, Lord have mercy. He's like, don't do that shit. That's going to be a problem. She's like, well, I'm trying to move forward, but I did say I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. She going to try to make the shit work out or whatever. That's the basis of that conversation. And I'm already knowing in my head that this shit ain't going to work. Because Miss Nyla, whatever her name is, she got an attitude to boot, honey. She do believe that boss bitch shit. And she believes she's the boss of all bosses. And bitch, if you don't believe it, ain't no motherfucking body else gonna believe it. So I ain't mad at you, honey. Don't hold your head down, hold your head up. And if you can believe it, bitch, you can achieve it. So it's just what it is. So she, she gonna go through with this shit. Now, off of that. Now let's go to the new couple. Like, I don't care what they're talking about. I have no desire to hear their storyline. I don't care. They boring. She's in there talking to somebody. He wants a damn DNA test or whatever. Apparently it wasn't wrong about how she got pregnant. Apparently it turns out that she didn't let him come, had an attitude. I don't know. But I don't even care to hear their storyline. For real. Like, I was like, where's Chrissy? I want her back. Because I don't want to hear what they have to say. He wants a DNA test. She's going to agree to it. Has to talk with the woman in the store. And you shouldn't have to put up with him. He ain't right. He ain't no good. She want to make this shit work out. And that's how I feel about the way I'm saying it. She want to make the shit work out. That's her father, her son. Yada, yada, yada. I feel bad doing it. Oh, girls like, go ahead and do it. Because then he can't hold that over you. He ain't got that power no more. She's like, I kind of, I don't feel like I should have to. Which did make me think, bitch, is that his baby? I don't know. Anywho, so that whole thing, and she's going to agree to do it. She sees him later on the couch. He comes in and says, how it went down and so and so. And she's like, yeah. And I was a little emotional. And y'all don't give a fuck what they say. Like, get the fuck out of here. I just don't want to listen to them. It's not worth a conversation. So we'll move forward. Who do I want to go to? Okay. Apparently, Amina's in love, and she has her girlfriend in the restaurant. That really wants to go to Chipotle. She's like, I'm really into you. She's skinning and grinning. And this girl brings out the best in Erica. Like, she's really starry-eyed about her. She's like, I've never been this way, never had a girl to profess her love and like and whatever. So they're going to try to see how this works. They enjoying how each other's titties look at the table, yada, yada, yada. Leave your corner bump, let's go. That's it. That's what went on. And I'm kind of like, okay, she brings out the best in Erica. Whatever's clever, honey, get it in or whatever. Now, about this time, I want to swing back and go to the whole conversation that, don't want to go to that. Oh, since I've already talked about the shit that went on with Miss Honey and Amina and her want to be on the song. So Erica goes there and meets her. She already got in her mind. She's like, I got some tracks down. Erica's like, well, let me hear that, and then we can kind of vibe off of that. Once the one word led to another, Erica's like, honey, you ain't getting no money unless you picking it up off the floor. Who knows you? You ain't nothing but a stripper. That's how you eat. And old girl's like, who know you? You ain't got no songs out either, honey. They letting each other have it back and forth, this and that and other. And I'm like, one thing I did notice, Erica, now you do got a smart-ass motherfucking mouth, and you quick to try to put your hands on somebody. But, girl, I didn't see you trying to body her up. What was that about, Puddin'? Now, I'm not saying that she, right or whatever. Really and truthfully, I would have never even offered you a spot on her. It is what it is. If she got in her mind where she thinks she's going and what she want to do, she knows, even though you checked, and I have to say this to you, Miss Honey, you checked the shit out of Rich. Then you should do the same thing and should have checked the shit out of Miss Minna. Because both of them was wrong or whatever, and why would you even agree to have her on the song? You know what's going to happen. But you did try to make it go through. Hun, Erica had words. Erica, you know, she's steaming hot. She ain't trying to hurt, honey. You just a stripper that said don't nobody know you, yada, yada, yada. So they went through the you a little less important than I am shit. You a little more nuttin' ass bitch than I am shit. That's what they went through. You know what I mean? If I had to, like, really choose sides or whatever, I don't know. Just, okay, so y'all have words. I kind of think old girl should have never offered Minna a spot. It just shouldn't have been done. Like, she kills it with, you know, Erica kills it with the books, the modeling, and this and that and other. She is pretty and this and that and other. Okay. And how can you shade her about dancing? She's using her body and her looks or whatever to dance, to eat or whatever. She's like, I'm at her shaking my ass trying to get it. And she's tired of it. And you like, I'm tired of it too. But at the end of the day, you might not be dancing and getting it, but it's according to your looks and your face, whether you eat. So how you gonna down her about slithering down a pole or getting dollars or whatever? And apparently she getting your dollars too. So they have that disagreement. Whatever. Good. Don't work together. Pay it for dust. Okay. Now this is when I want to go to Mother Yandy is talking to old girl. She tells her about what's going on. Peter Guns, you know, she didn't have the conversation. Yandy's feeling some kind of way. She's sitting there like, woo, like, you know what I'm saying? That's some grimy, ornery ass shit. Oh, girls like, we liked her together. She's like, that's just foul. You know what I mean? And I agree with Yandy. That's foul as hell, how that shit went on, even though we know this shit is scripted, but we're going to roll with it. So Yandy got a taste in her mouth. Now, she has a meet up with Rich, and she's like, I shouldn't even know this shit. This shit is going on. That's grimy as hell, whatever. Rich is kind of like, but we still going to go and try to get her on the label because you said you liked her. She brought you the tears. And like you say, we're about this dollar. We ain't going to let, you know what I'm saying? It ain't personal. It's business. And Yandy, in the end, had to succumb to that shit. But she's going in there with the side eye. It's just, ain't no one or two ways about it. Now, I talked about Joe already. Joe, honey, baby, when is it ever okay for you to have another bitch in you and your woman's bed? Like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Excuse me, y'all. Really, Boosh? Okay. Y'all, Boosh is in heat. And everything makes her upset. Anywho, so you done probably bought home one of them strippers, old girl who was walking with them boots on, honey. Not them boots, them little bitty ass draw shorts, honey, that was killing it. I said, you better go. Stay over the whole time while she talking, doing the little booty. Y'all know that little booty thing they do with the booty clap. Anywho, so Tahiri apparently has gotten the job. But she's being leery and she don't want to go to him and tell him because she going to be gone on this island or whatever for 4 to 6 weeks, and Jordan already gave her grief. She goes in there looking for him. He's listening to his music and shit. And she happens, which was kind of, I don't know, y'all. The way she looked over all of a sudden as he talking and seeing one strand of her, which y'all know as women, we will notice some shit. Like, it could have been a half a piece of her. You know. So she's like, whose hair is this? I had a friend over. And we're sitting here talking. And she's like, why would she be in my bed? You telling me about the relationship and this being on, you know, on the back burner, this and that and other. Why would a bitch be in the bed? So she gets up and does what I would have done after I motherfucking was ready to fight. She pulled the cover back and she's like, and that's when I knew me and Tahiri was here, because I was like, bitch, you better pull some covers back. And you remember what motherfucking sheets was on that bed 3 days ago, and you the only one that changes them sheets, honey. Yes, ma'am. She said, you don't change your bed. I change it. It don't get changed unless I change it. I do it. And I believe that she does it all for him. So she goes over there with the shit piled over in the corner like, come on, Joe. And you trying to answer like, let me answer the other shit, which was called for, let me be saying this while I'm thinking of how the fuck I'm going to answer this shit. She's like, and you got these shits over here and makeup on the motherfucking pillowcase. Joe, you tried it. As Kevin would say, you tried it. And see, I couldn't have stood in there with you. Although she was like, it's not the way to go, and it's never okay to have another bitch in here. And you want to say whoever this friend is was just over there talking. So what was the bitch doing? Rolling across the bed as y'all was talking? Y'all was just rolling and talking? Kiss my whole motherfucking ass, Joe. You know your ass was in there fucking one of them tramps. Ooh, I can't. So Henry was like, you need to think about this shit. She stormed up out of there. He put his head shit on like, oh, sweet talk her later or some shit like that. What you need to do is hope that you won't disappear, boo-boo, because if you lose another pound. Now, some folks might look and be like, bitch, you need to lose back. Yeah, I do. I do. But I won't. Okay, I'm going to move forward because I was really getting ready to throw some shade out, but I won't. Anywho, okay, so that shit goes down. Now, Yandy and old girl, they had a conversation. Old girl's like, look, I know she gonna be singing. I'm gonna be there for that. I'm gonna talk to her because I want to know how. I liked her together, this and that. Another, we liked her and how she could do that. Now, Rich and Yandy then already had the conversation. So now here we are at the singing shit, and I'm like, she's up there singing some shit. Now, let me also add this. Her and Peter Guns had a conversation. She's like, did you tell her? He's like, yeah. She said, what did you tell her? He said, I said that we was fucking. Did you tell her that that you loved me? And he's like, well, why would I stick the knife in for her, kick her while she's down and this and that and other? Oh, girl's like, whatever, you playing me like I'm this or whatever. Girl, stop it. You was able to stay. So just count your ducats on that. Okay, she's standing up there and kind of tinkling at the damn piano. Yandy is giving her the side eye, like she said, like side eye for the side bitch. And I'm like, the whole time, like, whatever. Girl, I guess your song was out. That's how it was, because I'm like, she's a side bitch. Even though it's scripted, but I'm treating it as such. You know, because I'm all about the wife, and if you was the girlfriend or whatever, you the head woman or whatever the case in that man's life, I'm never going to be about that sad bitch no matter how nobody comments or says what about this and that and other. Please don't let your soul motherfucking go in life to be a sad bitch. And let me go ahead and clear this up, because I feel the need to say this from when I talked about Homewrecker. She's a homewrecker.com, because a lot of folks was like, what about him? Yes. He's the one that's fucking married to her. But I'm going to say this to some of you women, because some of you motherfuckers got it twisted. And let me untwist it for you. I'm going to say this. You need to realize and look at shit. If this motherfucking man can't never fucking stay all night with you, and y'all can only do certain things, bitch, you a sideline bitch. And that's because his ass got to be at home. See, because her bitch ain't scripted and playing that shit where you can be gone for 3 days. It's certain shit that you should be looking for. Like, yeah, he needs to be checked. He's the wrongest motherfucker in that shit. He is. Because his commitment is to his wife. But this whole thing about wanting to root on the side bitch and be like, why we got to attack her? If you don't know, and you really never got to that point, y'all was just kind of dating. But if you in that shit 5 and 6 years and, bitch, he's not staying all night, bitch, it's only certain shit y'all can do, bitch. When he answer that phone, he's on that motherfucker whistling and shit every now and again, bitch, please know. That's what the fuck he's doing. I'm just saying. Some of these enabling assholes get on my nerves like I'm not for it. And I'm not saying that the man should run scot-free, because he's an honorary motherfucker. And he should be checked at all points. Simple as that. And if it was vice versa. Because women cheat too. But this whole thing of why we got to call a sideline chick a hoe and this and that and other. If it quack like a motherfucking duck, it's a motherfucking duck. Now, if there's another word for it, we'll use that. But I'm talking, and I am talking about the ones who ain't nowhere in the world, and it could happen. I'll say that. It could happen. But if he can't never stay, okay. Anyway, I got all off kilter with that shit talking about. Anywho, so she wants to come to the shit. Oh, girls up there singing. Rich is there sitting. Yandy, as soon as old girl sits down, she just start hitting her with the side shit. Like I was looking on the side and you was over there on the side of the gas. And when you come in the side door, she's just hitting her with it. And I'm like, okay, Yandy, you better throw some shade, bitch. You better. You know, because she ain't feeling how this shit's going down. Like, girl, I see you. You know, and Rich kind of like, whoo, she throwing digs at her and shit. And whoo, well. But he's staying in his motherfucking lane, though. But he's like sipping his shit like, whoo, that was yet another one. And it's him as a man picked up on it. She did too. She just dizzy as motherfucking hell. But of course she wasn't going to say shit. Because this bitch trying to get a deal. So, girl, you did what you needed to do. Anywho. About this time, they sitting there and they talking and this, that, and other. She's saying, I'm just singing it for love and I'm singing from my heart and not worried about what nobody thinks. And she started giving Yandy some ammunition. And here come Peter Gunn's baby mama. She come. Oh, hi, yada, yada, looking, da-da-da. And Rich said, you want to have a seat? And, now she done gave Yandy a hug. So, Miss Honey, she kind of picked up, and then she say, oh, Yandy, okay. Then she kind of hit that with, oh, now I get it. I don't know, but y'all leave that shit below, because that's what I was feeling. Anywho, so girl was sitting there, and she was like, basically like he said what happened, but I want you to go ahead and elaborate. Now, y'all, in my head, I'm playing this shit out, even though I know that this shit is some scripted ass shit. But in my motherfucking head, I'm thinking, okay, I got my damn cigarette in my hand. And first of all, yet again, this is another one that she gets it, honey, because I just could not have, if this was really a scenario and not made up. Now, we just looking at it like that. We do know that this is some scripted shit. And I would have sat down. Now, Rich was like, you want to sit? She sat down, and he's like, I'm here. You can sit. I'm going to go over here. I'm a gentleman, but sit your ass over because this women shit going to go down. And she's trying to understand. Now, I guess I would have said, now, make me understand what's going on and, whatever. Yeah, he did tell me what was going on. But now, me, myself, I would have used, yet again, my inside voice. Okay, now you saying, so y'all fucked. And how could you, again, going back to, we live together. Do you really think we roommating and this and that and other? Like, bitch, don't even do that. Let's just be straight up and talk about this shit. Bitch, at the end of the motherfucking day, you fucking fuck my man, bitch. That's what you doing. Now, this bitch was sitting, being that she married to him, thinking in her man, I'm going to let this bitch run it. Because little do she know that I'm fucking married to him. And wasn't it convenient when the bitch pulled the shit out of her titty? Bitch, you running around with your motherfucking wedding shit. Yet again, Mona, you dropped the motherfucking ball with this scripted ass shit. She went, I'm married to him and this and that and other. And they done had the conversation and old girl kept it cool. Now, I would have been able to keep it cool. Because she wouldn't have got up out her titty. When the bitch said we in love, we fell in love and sometime it happens and you got to move on or whatever she said, I'd have been busting that hole in her motherfucking chops. You right, bitch, but before I motherfucking move, trust me, I'm going to have to put my motherfucking hands on you. Now, bitch, I ain't saying I'm a key, but I'm going to have to go across your motherfucking lips, bitch, Fred Sanford style. I'm going to have to go across your lips. Now, I ain't saying how this shit going to go, and bitch, you might win, but bitch, you will know that I was hurt. Like, I can't. And this bitch is going through. And then she act like she wants sympathy. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I wouldn't have wanted this to happen. And what he was telling me was, y'all, and he could have been saying that. Then that makes you all the more dumb bitch. Anywho, needless to say, that bitch pulled that shit out. And Miss Honey, Cabbage Molly whopped her ass now. She hit her with a lick. Now, I ain't going to say Miss Honey won or whatever. They had to get old girl and drag her this way and she's in there and Rich them trying to get it. And of course, Yandy's going to stay there. Now, I'm going to be honest, but Yandy's about her money, and I understand that. I don't know if Yandy's going to still want to work with her. I don't know. I'm going to have to look and see what's going on. But I could not have. I could not have, you know, dealt with that shit. Ain't no motherfucking way. None whatsoever. But I do say kudos to her for keeping it ladylike or whatever. I'm all about that. I'm not that one that's just, you know, and I don't want y'all to get that twisted up or whatever. And I've said this since the beginning. I'm a stickler for fucking respect. I'm going to give it to you. And I want nothing but that back. I'm going to give you your respect. I'm just saying, don't think I'm allocating it all the month, because that ain't me. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't me. But, bitch, once you disrespect me, it's what it is. And I ain't saying how that shit gonna go. But one thing I do know about me, bitch, you just can't hand me any motherfucking thing. You can't say any motherfucking thing to me. Just like I know I can't say anything to a motherfucker and just think they supposed to accept that. Now, I can say it. But believe me, in the back of my motherfucking mind, I'm playing like I don't know when this bitch gonna step, but I'm gonna lean the fuck back so I can be ready. You know, it's just some things I can't deal with. And again, I can't do these bitches willingly coming in, knowing the situation, and still doing it. And again, I will say that he is the wrongest in the situation. They both wrong, so don't get it twisted. I believe they both needed to cross the lips. And with that marriage shit, y'all heard her. Really bougie. 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 Anywho, I'm saying they both should get it. I ain't with that shit that, you know what I'm saying, you don't mess with people's wives and husbands and things like that. You don't fuck with people's hearts. That's when shit can get all the way fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's just always been my motto. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have a friend, she got a man or whatever, I'm not over that motherfucker when I know she ain't there. I'm not when he answer the phone and shit trying to carry on the conversation. Let me speak to who I need to speak to. If he say, how you doing, Nina? Hold on. I'm going to say, how you doing? Okay. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, yeah, that shirt you had on. Hell no. That ain't my place. You know what I mean? Like, for real. That is not it. You know, I'm that one, if I see a couple having a conversation and that shit look like it might be getting ready to go sideways, you know, I see they gesture or whatever, my girlfriend gesture or whatever, kind of turning. It's time for me to move on and let them handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not spectate and be all in their shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just out of respect. That ain't for me to step into, and it ain't for another bitch to step in mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not for that. And anyway, and with that being said, I am not for me and fucking with other men's, you know what I'm saying, wives and shit like this. You know, so I don't know, y'all. That's how I feel. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this shit. I done talked about sideways shit and all of that. You know, tell me what y'all think about it. If I left some shit out, put it in. I do kind of want to talk about black ink, but I don't. All I really want to say is, Duchess, you fucked up. You sat up and said that you didn't say that shit. Bitch, yes, you did. But I like the way old dude came in that was doing the magazine and checked your ass when a real man that is assertive checked your ass and you cried like a little bitty motherfucking baby. And bitch, you are orchestrating shit. And Caesar, you can say what the fuck you want to say. She playing you like a motherfucking fiddle. And then your stupid ass had the nerve to say, I want to open a tattoo shop for you. Why? The bitch ain't your wife. You better try to get away from her, because you about to lose every friend you got. And it ain't going to be long before that bitch turn on your sister. For real. And Puma, you know, I'm kind of trying to ride with you, but in a way, lightweight might think you already had some shit in the makings from the first season when that shit went on, that they kind of liked your swag or whatever. Keep it gutter at 100. You know what I mean? But that's up to you. Now, See, you went back and said it looked like a house and this and that and other. I think the idea is going to come together just fine. And let me also say to old dude with the baby who got the gun charge, your ass is riding the motherfucking fence. And you are going to have to pick a side. And I already know where you're going.